Kate Hardcastle joins me now, consumer and retail expert. Morning, Kate.
Good morning.
Why Jason Terry?
Well, he's a proven leader within retail, and many who were concerned about Miss White's lack of retail experience will be, I'm sure, delighted that a retailer's coming on board. A word of caution, though, however, retail has changed. Its game has upped over many, many years. So this isn't a retailer that should just pop in and do what they've done before. This isn't a cut, copy, paste piece. This is creating a legacy for the future for the brand that's so important for the UK high streets.
John Lewis, the partnership wasn't exactly having the greatest time of it when Dame Sharon White took over. And she's obviously put a few policies in place in her time there. Will there be things that he will just have to ditch? Will there be things that he will look to continue that Dame Sharon White has put in place?
I think it's a case of, firstly, he's got to pull together the internal communications in the team. I think there's probably a feeling that everyone has become slightly disjointed, and we know this is a very different business. We know that it's an employee-owned business, and it's very much one about pulling together what the future looks like. And then it's about retaining and delighting existing customers whilst they go on a mission to attract and engage new ones. That confidence in the brand and what it can do, what the ability can be. We certainly heard from Dame Sharon White that there would be changes, but she looked particularly to long-term strategies, talking very much about how it could reinvent the brand as a bigger commercial lot of it within financial markets, or indeed even talking about becoming a landlord where it would rent out properties. Those were big, complicated strategies when the day job, it seemed, perhaps wasn't getting the focus and attention. So this is about making sure you're patting your stomach, patting your tummy, rubbing your stomach, whichever which way around it is. You've got to do the day job. You've got to keep the retail pushed forwards, and you've got to make sure that you're evolving the brand into new markets as well. And I think it's doing it by giving the confidence to the team and the customers, making the customers feel respected and wanted.
If you were advising Jason Terry, would you be saying bring back the never knowingly undersold slogan and ambition?
It was a controversial move to take it out, but I don't think that was serving well as a mission, because customers were using it to always ensure they got the best price, and that wasn't particularly beneficial to the profit of the customer, maybe to the company. Maybe we saw too much move too quickly, and that wasn't comfortable either internally or externally for the organisation. But I think what we probably will hear in years to come were some of the moves made under Dame Sharon White's leadership were probably the right ones for the right time in a period where we'd gone through COVID, push to digital, into social media selling. So much had changed within the retail infrastructure that the brand had to move with it. And I think it's got to be a case now of understanding what the brand can do to repair, heal, move forward, and then thinking of some really exciting developments of where that brand, like no other, can really deliver and drive profit.
And yeah, I guess before you have those exciting developments, does that mean that there may need to be more store closures along the way, more of a focus on online than it has, continuing that theme?
Got to be a healthy organisation to start with, and the infrastructure's got to be sound. We don't exactly know what that looks like, but I think as well as galvanising that team and pulling it together, there might have to be a reality check on some of the areas that aren't working quite well. We've only just seen that return to profit after 3 years of significant losses, and I think as well the brand's got to re-envisage what it means in a world where competition hasn't waited around, hasn't slowed down, and be that in its grocery competitors with Tesco's, but also Aldi and Lidl, but indeed also in fashion, homewares, etc. So much has evolved in that marketplace that certainly this is a brand that's got to recapture the imagination of the consumers that need to use it.
Yeah, and it's no surprise in almost every conversation we have about John Lewis, the success recently of Marks & Spencer comes up repeatedly as well. Kate, thanks so much. Kate Hardcastle, consumer and retail expert.